We're here in downtown Charleston at Edmund's Oast Brewing Company. Now, we did a video of this place about a year and a half ago, but everything's changed. Brand new chef, brand new menu. Menu's completely different. So we're gonna try some items, and of course, as a brewing company, we're gonna get a flight of beer. Let's check it out.
I'm a Charleston native. I love to go on cruises, travel to amazing places, and enjoy local cuisine. This is Local Charleston. The Edmund's Oast Brewing Company is located right on the cusp of downtown Charleston and North Charleston, and shares a location with Rancho Lewis. This is a great outdoor facility to bring the family. You got tables around in the courtyard, but you also have this really long grassy area where families take their kids to go play. Now inside it's very vibrant. Lots of people having a nice flight or sitting around talking. You can see there's quite the crowd. Now, as I said earlier, Edmund's Oast has changed their chef and their menu entirely. Their new chef is Alex Yellen, and he worked at Zaobao Biscuit for a while and was the brains behind Collectivo, which recently closed. Instead of your standard pizza and pub fare, he wanted to incorporate foods that offered more of a world view. You know, foods with Asian influences and Spanish influences. Now when we go here, we like to get a flight of their beer. That way you get a little sampling of 4 different brews they have to offer. So we chose Sun-Kissed, Mystery Called, Oyster Catcher, and Undeniable Charm. Now the first beer we tried was the Sun-Kissed, and I'm sorry they didn't have it on their website, so I couldn't get to you the information. But it was light and citrusy and very refreshing, and we really enjoyed that citrus taste. The Mystery Cult is brewed in orange liqueur barrels. Now it did have some citrusy notes, but not as pronounced as the Sun-Kissed. This was in their big section, so you know it had big, bold flavor. Now the Oyster Catcher was unique as it's brewed with oyster shells, which I thought was unusual. And I really didn't get much oyster flavor. I did detect a bit of saltiness to it. A good choice if you like stout beer. The Undeniable Charm did not disappoint, and since it's a sour, it did have quite a pucker to it. It was so relaxing while we ate just to sit back and sip on these 4 different beers while we were sampling their food menu. And a unique menu it is. Now of course we had to try the Korean corn cheese fritter with baldock mayo, which is a spicy mayo, mozzarella, and flaming hot Cheeto dust. This dish was one of our absolute favorites. It's just a cheese explosion. I mean, you bite into it and your mouth just fills up with cheese. And it's a perfect snack to have with beer because you get the spiciness of the mayo and the cheese dust and then the ooey gooiness of the cheese. It just goes really well with a cold brew. If you're just ordering appetizers while you're here, be sure to order these. They will not disappoint. We also enjoyed the Governor's Tacos with shrimp, onion and pepper, griddled cheese on a flour tortilla, and you get 2 to order. I really love the cook they got on that tortilla. It was absolutely perfectly crispy. Now they were plentiful with shrimp, but the one thing about this dish is with all those other strong flavors, they kind of drowned the shrimp out. So the shrimp were there more for a textural thing. Still, they were very tasty and I would recommend them. The roast beef and cheddar takes a simple concept and really elevates it with that liquid cheddar, delicious horseradish dipping sauce, all served on an onion roll. Now it looks a little sloppy here, but we asked them to cut it in half, and of course when you cut a sandwich in half, you're going to be pressing down on it, so it's a little flat. But just look at all that meat in there. It is piled high and just swimming in that ooey gooey liquid cheddar. This definitely ain't no Arby's sandwich. Our final dish of the night was the steak skewer, which had nice steak, bread, provolone cheese, and a chimichurri sauce. It's kind of like a steak and cheese bread kebab. If you've been watching my videos, you know my wife and I are huge cheese lovers. We talk about cheese all the time. And this one definitely hit it out of the park. Look at that cheese pull on that. That is just swimming in cheese. And I really enjoyed the chimichurri sauce. I think they did an excellent job on that. It really added to the flavor of the steak, making the whole dish very tasty. I would say bang for your buck, Edmund's Oast Brewing Company is a great place to take your family. They have a wide variety on their menu, and if you can't find anything on their menu, you can go next door to Rancho Los and get some off their menu. It's just a great complex. They have a great time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and follow. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps to grow the channel. And we put out a new restaurant video each week. And as always, thanks for watching.